Welcome back to the analysis with the NBPL Spring Split Biweekly 1 Solo Day 2. This is part 2 for Day 2. We just ran through rounds 1 through 3 previous. Now we're going to rounds 4 through 6. My name is Severio. I'm going to go ahead and be analyzing and casting for this section as well. And I do appreciate everyone for actually leaving the comments as it came through for the previous uploads. And just that type of support. It's really great to see. But I want to make sure in prefacing that if anything comes out from these events, I do implore that you guys take a good chance of watching them live. Well, if you can't watch them live, take a look into seeing a live VOD. You'll get the casters to be performing for today, which is Creatives as well as with Raven PLZ. So a reference point for those two guys who are casting for today. That is what it is. However, an extra set of eyes, an extra pair of eyes from one of the NBPL casters. That's why I want to make sure and having the I have the power of being able to pause and actually being able to look through and like give you an understanding. If you guys have any suggestions for how you decide to want to see this analysis go, if you're like, hey, I recommend seeing if you can do this, can you do that? And I'll make sure and see if I can adjust for it. And of course, with the consideration of her, I want to make sure this goes to be more of a powerful effect for you guys to get a better understanding of the events and seeing how the NBPL kind of processes its own its own process. And I don't know how to explain it because they're now with the round hero pick system. Round 4 didn't actually showcase it, so we won't actually be able to see that when they came back from the halftime. But I made mention before with day 1 solos, we were able to see Shayo show up into the latter half of the rounds, and it's going to be the case scenario as right here. Wang Liang actually has her as a double pick because he chose her into Hollow thinking he was going to have a successful run with her, but he didn't get as much as he's kind of hoping for. You can see right there, 2.5 points is what he's kind of earned into playing her for the average set. But let's take a look at the scene, how it ends up here, because Mike's got a killer game on day 1 with the Shayo. So if he's going to be rocking her into this round, I'm hopeful to see the performance coming out and showcasing that, yeah, she kind of really does depend on Rage. Just to have that kind of ultimate to be on standby. But the F2 is where it really comes out to shine. And you can see none of the players playing Shayo are actually playing F1 or V1 because they're kind of understanding how to keep that pressure. And you can actually see CDY, Panda Man, he's playing Tarka. Like he wants to day 1 Tarka, bro, was his peak moment of getting this most amount of kills, most amount of points into a lobby. And it actually forced Mike to choose Tarka as an option into round 5, if I'm not mistaken, for day 1. So it was a pretty good sight to see where some other picks are going to be made. You're never going to see Hadi ever again until maybe the future, but we will have to see how players can kind of attest to using him in the comp against these type of players. Spider's going to be playing out the Tessa, though, as well as the Kame and Akame and the Fang, aka Kuma from DRG. JD Jishang playing out the Justina with the V2 and the F1 or F2 as well. And then we're going to have one lonely AS with the Farius Shen pick here with TT25. This is going to be a very dangerous game for AS, considering that players can actually just, I don't want to say dominate, they can just actually eliminate him if they can. The enchants coming out from Tessa's to deny the cannon mode from the ultimate cast. The V2 Justina to allow for a 3-second freeze. Tarka, who's able to give some burns off to her while she's in mech mode. She goes straight to her health bar to damage her. There's a lot of aspects into this that forces AS to be in a on paper bad situation, but we'll see how it kind of performs off this end. Kind of curious to see where TT25 lays into the Akos game here with the F1 V2, so we're gonna have to wonder how it's gonna end up, considering we saw only one Akos, I think, in round 6 with the F2 to get the kill confirmation, which is really good in the Zest winery. These spawns, though, are pretty standard. We're going to see Council Courtyard spawns coming in here from CDY to actually run it immediately into that cave. But also to the spawns coming out into the eastern side of Celestra towards the Crow's Nest. You can see Bauda's Bauda's Exen is actually going to be going through on the end and actually spawning through. So he might be just looking for those fireflies and the quick loot that he can muster for. Everyone might transition over to Noble Cave as a means of resources. Maybe makes it to the Artisan's Grove or to the Zest Winery. We will see into game 4. CDY, they're going to be rushing down into this. You can see Juishi actually getting his chance into the cave. CDY can't do anything about that, but he's thinking about it. He's going to pick up some fruits along the way with a attack pair from the prickly pear. But over to the side of the Crow's Nest, you can see WBG Spider up against JDG Zhishang. Zhishang had to burn F2 here, but the F1 is still available for Spider in case that Pulse Sword does work here. Keeps the pressure onto the floater and keeping someone across the field of that cliffside. But Spider is trying to see about the best opportunity getting a stagger. In this case, he goes straight toward the Scale Rush position. He catches JDG Zhishang after that Pulse Sword swing coming from the Scale Rush was not successful, but Spider picks up the elimination nonetheless. And with it, we're going to have to see what LUG Mike up against Fang is going to be looking like, because this is over by the Sun Cave. AS is actually over here as well. A lot of things coming out from this area, including the Fireflies. There's 3 Fireflies here, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 4, with one in the tree line. But with DRG Fang actually getting himself full ultimate here as a test, it's going to work in his favor as long as he's able to pick up a Soul Bloom for a kill confirmation in order for a third party coming out. Akame actually finds this enchant coming out, but Joishi does it in response. And we're going to see this Pulse Sword delay coming out here for a Wind Blast. Gets a kill with an R&B with that blue fan. Akame goes into +1 situation to this round. I really like to see these tests kind of like running through here. It is definitely going to be a problematic experience for Shiols if they don't pop off into the late game, but we're going to have to see Wang Liang get caught out here with those uppercuts in a 3-man enchant from across the building. Spider actually looking to try to go ahead and force into V2 from Wang Liang, who does get past it, but no, not going to be able to leave out without dying from XXY's F2 to kill confirm. Spider actually finds time to dip out here. He doesn't get it, but it looks like he's getting chased by Exen into this building. Exen holding this R&B as fast as possible, as long as possible, I should say. And with Spider having a purple dagger, I mean, he's got himself in he doesn't have as much Scale Rush opportunities here, but he can at least try to space it out between them into this building. But Exen and XXY actually go up toe-to-toe. Exen doesn't have a combo breaker, right? There's the ultimate cast coming out here for V2. XXY is trying to try to burn through that block, and there it is. Exen acts 1 to a response. Parry comes out. Burn number 1 and 2 are burned out for 2's flash step, but then the last one for Exen is going to probably be used while XXY looks to use his last flash step. So with it, Exen looking at the time to heal. He has no worry in the world. Finds the V2 cast. You're going to see Spider actually trying to confirm this kill. He gets 2 kills stolen from the Soul Bloom pickup, though. It's going to be crucial for an ultimate cast. Holds the horizontal, backs off, and he's going to have to decide upon using his ultimate in the K4 mana. He decides to throw it and trying to anticipate Exen's movement with a Shadow Step, but it looks like Exen's going to get himself a quick uppercut, grapple bump, R&B, blue focus release towards a pistol shot for just quick damage. Gets the chase going and keeps those vertical attacks on. Now, Exen is going to be playing this the Soul Bloom to keep it here for the Realm Yang. Spider, I saw him near the Soul Altar. I hope he's not salting. But CDY actually goes to Council Courtyard, still looting up. Had a single elimination so far. I think if his KO was up against, it was up against Akame, getting himself a chance here with ultimate, actually. So CDY actually has this to be ready to go in case Akame does get a single good play to actually control it. Parry is immaculate as CDY has that purple longsword that's going to deal out 1,000 damage right there without any melee resistance in check. Now, Mike actually going to be hiding out here into the Shadow Jade Mine. AS is going to be hunting him, I believe. Purple Nunnies in the purple or blue armor is going to give AS that opportunity there. But Mike focuses this R&B and looks to go for a stagger hit. Horizontal gets thrown out here as a haymaker. AS going to go for the chase. Mike goes to the high ground. And, of course, it looks like AS is just going to keep this pressure going through. F2 to confirm. Knocks. Might be looking for a secondary knock for a grapple stagger, but it looks like AS is going to go ahead and keep his composure about him. R&B has come to the R&B. Looks for a clink. Mike actually going to go to the sky and might be looking to try to chase out AS, but I think AS is going to be looking to try to just find another chance of just getting to the high ground. Mike is, though, really low. Beacon drop to be placed over there is going to be a good chance for AS to reset. Buttery Rocks does not deny the heal from Mike, which is a very scary opportunity that happens to players whenever they're using a heal on the corner side of any cliff side. They can actually slip up. Joishi, though, is actually here towards this area. He actually arose from the the Gamma Mine to show up here. So from that spawn, Joishi chasing Mike out here. Going to reposition himself towards the Gamma Mine, passing forward and towards the Jade Pond. And as Mike actually has his chance here to get to the Jade Pond and get some loot up, he needs a better weapon, especially up against Joishi, who does have the V1. Oh, I saw that ultimate cast, and I thought he was like thinking he's going to scare rush into the left, but I don't think he was at that position. I think Mike was actually still under the tent at that stage. But Micah is going to have a way to just ring around this point. He has no ultimate. I think he's actually looking to try to rotate for Fireflies towards the southeast of Celestia region, but we're going to have to wonder about that one in a second. Mike just keeping his rotation going through. Getting caught to jump LMBs from the longsword. crouches that horizontal blue focus, and as it comes out, Mike gets caught out. He has nothing to kind of keep himself going through. Oh my goodness! What? Oh, yo 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 yo. I need to I'm gonna take a look at this. Joishi goes for the uppercut, grapple bump into a what? Uppercut. Swap into the jump LMB. He tried to go for a blue focus most likely, but gets 2 jump LMBs with a longsword confirmed. Yo, Joishi is locked in. This man has 1 elimination so far. He saves his Soul Bloom, as he should for the Romy Yang. But he did a really phenomenal play there. I didn't even think that was intentional. I don't know if that was the point, but he did it for quick 2 stagger neutral attacks with the jump LMBs or jump horizontals for reference for controllers. Now, Bauda's Exen is actually going to look for a chance here to try to see about Joishi. That Soul Bloom is still out there. Joishi is not going to try to reveal where it is. He goes in an opposite direction. Very nice point. Excuse me, a very nice point. But CDY, Tarka, Staff, he's going to be running this Romy Yang for sure. But, you know, Tarka and Staff is it's a dangerous game to play. TT25 over to the what seems to be the pool of cleansing, and then east of the Cest Winery. They're going to be right next to JDG Shishang, as well as Akame, who's going to be over there. But JDG Shishang is actually at the shop. Exen from Bauda is going to be clear cut in southeast Celestra. Joishi still making his runs around and maybe making to the Romy Yang. I'm not too sure. I don't think he's going to actually be able to make one spot in there. XGG's Wang Liang and XXY, they're going to be over to the northeast towards the Servants' Grounds. This map is going to be very consolidated very fast. So take a look and see what happens, who misses it, who misses the opportunity. Oh, man. He was so ready. He was prepared. He had a Hong sword. He had a staff. He was really good to go. But it looks like it's not going to be the case. Spider actually goes for these scare rushes back to back, you know, as a way of asserting dominance of his opponent. AS actually going to go to the sky as well. Range shot's going to come out here for the muskets to the pistol. It looks like Spider's going to take a pelt shot from that point. 200 damage taken. But Spider's actually going to look for the hold R&B, releases it. The F1 comes out from AS. AS is actually going to get, I think, caught into the enchant. No, it doesn't seem to be the case. Going to get wind blasted for some neutral damage, but AS is going to look for the parry, and it's going to happen towards him, and Spider actually gets his chance. He switches to a pole sword to enable himself in the stone form, but I don't think Spider's going to allow that to happen. We've seen Spider die to this from XXY or GG Shaw, actually, in day 1. He's not going to allow that to happen to him again, you know? If Fan Infinite is detrimental. GG Shaw did it with a katana or a Hong sword. But Spider does it with his fan. He did it actually to another player into round 1 or 2, which you know, it just goes to show he's prepared to do that. Gold weapon picked up. I'm not sure what it was, but he is going to be distancing himself with his Vermilions. If anyone else will win the Romy Yang, switching to a pole sword as he should. And then with the Romy Yang depletion going to be initiated for Joishi, who lost his Romy Yang probably against KLA's TT25. And if Joichi going back to his Soul Bloom, seeing if it's still there, the body is somewhere around there. We're going to have to see the scoreboard and see if he gets rid of it. But AS is actually going to be running around here. XXY finishes off Fang. And actually, JJH, you know, XXY wins it out for the Romy Yang. I thought it was an outside fight, but it actually is going to be to his benefit with a buff. AS, though, walked into this building. Does he know that the target Exen is right here? No, he's baiting him out. Yeah. Here we go. Hold R&B. Goes to the R&Bs again with the horizontal. Now this is going to cost AS his life if F2 comes out to his benefit of Exen from Team Bauda. You're going to see this bait out here. F2 LMB is free with the R&B. Oh, the terrain. Just 1 centimeter too much. Denies Exen from that blue focus. Maybe it was just too short of a hit from the initial side to keep that stagger up. CDY, though, rushing out here into this cave. He's going to be looking to try to pistol shot as much as he can against AS. AS is going to be healing up here. He's safe to do so, but a pistol shot coming in from XXY to be denying... not XXY, coming in from Exen to actually deny CDY from staying there for much longer. AS finds himself to be demeching here in just a couple of seconds. He's at 500 HP for the armor, just a little bit over, so 600. But he is going to be having a little bit of trouble here because another person has showing up here. Joishi. Looks like Joishi actually got rid of his debuff. I'm not sure. I can't see him on the leaderboard just yet. But AS going to be going ahead. R&B comes out here. The F1 is going to be coming through to avoid the F1 coming out from Akos. And as it comes out, JL's AS is the only Fairy Shen. The lobby knows that. They're going to have to be very careful about that. TT25 with 1 elimination, though, so far. He's rushing here to try to get his second. AS going to get an R&B longsword beam come to the face. And the 1, 2, 3 comes out. The clink comes through. It looks like the denial against that blue focus was to be to the sure AS's dominance into this lobby. But I don't know if TT25 is going to be switching out to a ranged weapon to try to hit some hit confirmation while AS is just going to keep ringing around the rosy. There's a hit. Hits TT25, actually. TT25 finds the chance here, and that's going to be it. He gets the kill. confirmation. It looks like a kill steal from Jui Shi would have been the case, but TT25 was quick with it, scare rushes, and finds his moves around. Now, as he goes ahead and gets out of the zone, who knows who's going to be waiting for him? Wait, goes back to the body. Decides upon looking at the loot. Maybe he gets some supplies real quick. He's looking into it. CDY is actually going to be going back into the zone with Jui Shi and Baoda's X actually over to the Sun Cave region. We are going to see these guys waiting out the buffs. Of course, TT5 has been safe the whole time while he's in Roman Yang. Fang finds his horizontal, though, and gets a guaranteed V1 for the enchant, but takes a free blue focus. I think TT25 takes the opportunity here to eat up his Vermilions. It would be his best case. As you can probably see, that's why Fang was backing off here. Nice chance for TT5 to get a full reset. That's how you have to do it. Even though he's going to give a point to the enemy team, you're going to have to take that chance. Because either you leave now in 10th place or you keep yourself up for placement. You know, you might give a team, an enemy a kill. It is what it is. The second Roman Yang is going to be spawning here in just a moment. That's where the Vermilion Birds might work its magic, where you can actually take that opportunity of having an insurance clause for, your life. But CDY has himself to repair his pistol. Jui Shi over to the western end of the Jade Pond. Of course, with CDY having his chance to go to the shop. Maybe he might be buying some soul Jades, maybe? I don't know. His supply game is pretty good, though. Back to the replay, though. Jui Shi up against what seems to be KLA's TT25. This is going to be TT25's victory. As Jui Shi looks for this carousel, the V1 from the Akos or V2 from the Akos is going to deny it, and a V1 missed ultimate from Jui Shi is going to cost him his life. F1 is still available even after this pounce coming out, but I don't know if he's going to have enough time to actually get away from this. He goes for the carousel, grapple bump into a longsword, infinite if he can, but it's not going to happen. The V1 is going to be confirmed, but Jui Shi trying to avoid it, gets caught into the V2 as TT25 immediately disenchants, but no damage taken there from everything coming out. Jui Shi gets caught with the F1 pounce, and then with it, we're going to see an LMBs to the LMBs that TT25 takes full advantage of. Jui Shi, though, this is going to be, remember, he won his, he lost to Roman Yang, but he had the Roman Yang depletion taken care of because he left his Soul Bloom from his previous kill against Mike. So there was that. Wang Liang actually has himself into Celestial Temple at the Immortal Temple, actually, but he's waiting for the Roman Yang as well as 5 other players in the vicinity. I knew the zone was going to get a little bit scary, but I didn't think it was going to be consolidated into Celestia, and you know that extra Moonbane in solos is going to be quite possibly the most detrimental area. You know, this is the most scariest area of fights where if you're in the building and a Moonbane drops on your head and you're like, oh, I need to get out of here, but the other person denies you. Dangerous game. CDY actually loses out. Actually, everybody and their mom misses out on the Romy Yang here. 6 players, really. Wang Liang, TT25 into the first Romy Yang, and we're going to have XXY versus Jisheng to be fighting the second one. While TT25 finds his opportunity to the sky, Wang Liang looks for those special shots. He's going to get, I don't even say he got a shot. I think TT25 finds those chances. Gets himself with the F1, gets caught into neutral, forcing his ultimate. TT25 looks for the carousel into this point. There it is. RMB to the infinite. Maybe jump LMB to the V2 to confirm a little bit more damage before Wang Liang activates ult. Wang Liang's like, bro, how was that? You know, and TT25's like, oh, yeah. Let's go, Smirk King. XXY against Jisheng, though. Of course, Jisheng is going to be cornered off. He hasn't activated ult just yet. XXY does not have ultimate just to this point. As Jisheng actually looks towards and tries to scare rush up. Doesn't give an opportunity here. Gets caught in the blue focus. He's got F2 back up, but I think this V2 is actually going to be, or F2 coming out from the XXY from the Shayo is going to be detrimental for him as a whole. Because look, he activates ult here. He denies the first one. He forces the second proc. Tries to think about the flash and gets caught into mid dodge. And of course, dodges the second one. Still not going to be able to do much here. Even though he goes for this hit, it's going to force the Black Tortoise block. And that's going to be a dodge. F2. XXY has so much neutrality, bonus towards that F2 and V2. Coming out against a Justina who just used 2 dashes. Hey, it's a gold greatsword though. Gold pole sword for XXY. 3 eliminations into this lobby. So he's doing pretty snazzy for this. He's going to be keeping that roll up. And then with everything in the Celestial Temple, Spider just hiding, as he should. You can't take any opportunity of revealing yourself when there's other players still around. So as that comes out, CDY is actually going to be in 2nd place overall. Spider in 3rd place. We're going to see Wang Liang in 4th. And with the elimination value coming out here, XXY actually, I think, tied with TT25 for the most eliminations into this round. Really good. But we need to actually see how this White Tiger's prowess is going to really work into Celestia, because there's so many levels of fighting that people within the 40-meter range, if I'm not mistaken, they'll get hit with that heavy stagger and they lose 20% of their HP. So, I mean, you take that as you will of, man, that thing's going to be crucial. But if they get a kill off of this end, I mean, everyone gets heavy staggered. They know someone died, and then they're going to be interrupted in any action they're doing. They're holding blue focus, heavy stagger. They're doing a gold attack, heavy stagger. It really is a strong buff, but also to the elimination factor of being able to pick up stackable buff of melee and range resistance. So, you know, they got to make time for it. But the only problem out of White Tiger's prowess is that if someone's trying to fight someone that has White Tiger's prowess, when they had the WTP buff as well, the heal over time is what's going to delay that fight even more often. F2 comes out from XXY to confirm against Jisheng, who's going to be caught out here between cannon shots and blue focuses, and that's a oof town. RMB coming out from the pole sword, gold rarity. He gets no freezes. He uses his 2 dashes, finds his chance to heal up, and I think everyone in their characters are going to be going towards this Celestial Temple. Jisheng is in a predicament here. He's going to have to really work around just trying to move around the temple because it looks like Wang Liang finds him. Going to try to go for a scare rush. And hopefully we can see what happens here because Jisheng finally gets caught by Spider. He's going to go ahead and scare rush towards it and finds him to go to the south end. Of course, Wang Liang looks to find a blue armor heal. But T225 finds Jisheng. Maybe he remembers that there's only one Justina and that Jisheng is the low one. But he's going to go ahead and getting heals back. He only has 2 healing berries and some armor powders left. So he's going to be looking for resources here in just a moment. 5 armor powders left in his inventory. He's got 11 grapples. We still have the majority of this area for the creek to be available if there are any fireflies out there. But if not, Jisheng will just have to play for safety net. He's got 0 eliminations so far. He needs to find some sort of way later on to pick up the eliminations or just go for placement for the 3 ranking points if it's best case scenario. Shuishi, though, finds himself in the contest this pole sword. Exen is really going to be clean with his F2. I mean, I say that as a Casa Curse moment. But he does go for the F2 into an uppercut for great sword or pole sword into a LMB or horizontal to a vertical blue focus afterwards, as the greatsword has the same moveset. Jisheng, though, gets almost chased out here by CDY/Panda Man. And, of course, Jisheng takes the time to heal. CDY working his magic here. 4-9. Oh, wow. 4-9 ratio for the healing berries to armor powder. So he's looking pretty snazzed. 22 grapples. And, of course, no kills, though, for the Mystic Might that JJH was actually able to use from the Realm of Yang. But even then, to the White Tiger's prowess not being able to get utilized to that extent. Like I said, the circle looked to be kind of consolidating towards this area, and I didn't think it was actually going to do it. But, hey, you know what? Celestra, it is going to be what it is. We're going to have 2 Moonbanes before we actually get into the final end of the match. So before whoever gets eliminated early on, we're going to see LMB gets released. And, wow, Jisheng Jisheng facing those blues like a man. Gets an LMB again. He is spamming it. XSY forced his ult because of said blues being back-to-back. It was kind of scary, too, because Jisheng, he kept that blue out there. XXY didn't even attempt to parry it. And with everything from Jisheng actually leaving those blues out there for anyone to see, specifically with XXY, he kind of baited that out and getting himself into another horizontal blue focus. Pretty good. But he does that Realm Yang depletion. He wasn't able to find any sort of eliminations here, man. It still feels bad, you know, for this round, especially first round into Morisao. But he still has 8 other rounds to kind of work with. XXY doesn't find him before the hit confirmation, but he does find that Soul Bloom. He's going to pick it up. TT25. There's going to be a Morris Blessing and a Moonbane right onto it. TT25 avoiding that Moonbane. Oh, looks like Exen, though, does not have that chance to avoid it. That purple armor is still left to be for Cat's sake, and everyone's going for some swaps for this purple armor. Wait a second. Spider looking for the Scare Rush here if he can. Of course, he has a V1 ultimate. He's saving it. He's going to Scare Rush and try to go for the confirmation. He didn't pick up the pistol, but he does have his trusty armor that's going to be at 1250 health. Goes back to it. Gets pistol shotted. He can't do anything about that. Obviously, Wang Liang going to pick up that purple armor, going to use it to immediately heal and get himself a nice upgrade towards his sustained game. Spider finds himself in a bad spot, though, with Exen actually forcing him into the Moonbane for a couple of seconds. Oh, my goodness. Going to get cannon shotted here. Another cannon shot with the Flame Breath. Coming out here for the enchant. It looks like Spider's going to be caught with a bow shot as well. Spider, having himself to finding a common armor swap, is actually going to use his F1, but it's not going to do anything much for him. He gets eliminated by Fang the second time. Guys, today that Fang finds Spider with an elimination factor and goes ahead and picks up back his armor. That gold armor is still in that body. So for everything, Fang is going to have to really look to the time to go and pick that up if he wants to do so. Exen, though, rushing to the building. You can see it. Everyone's hunting for that gold armor. Wang Liang going to go for the scare to get some high, eagle eye vision, essentially, to try to see where everyone is, but also keeping his ground into the ground level form. Fang finds the armor. Tries to take the time to reset it. If anyone's going to allow it, it's going to be himself, obviously. But I don't know if that bell is still up for everyone to realize where this opponent is in healing. It looks to be up, yeah. And there he is. He's going to be going ahead and grappling towards it. But Akame is going to be going inside his building. Fang finds the time to loot up Spider's body, finds that gold pole sword, of course, if he's going to be picking it up, to deny players from being able to have a gold weapon in their arsenal. Akame actually going to be just rotating around this. Fang is going to still keep his marks around this. This area is going to have a massive moonbane in just a couple of seconds, so these guys are going to have to really be worried about where their position is by the time that it might be too late. Now, CDY only has 2 eliminations to his lobby. He's still working into the top of the leaderboard, but Spider getting eliminated. He's in 3rd. Wang Liang still has a chance to kind of try to catch up even more so for that rung of the ladder. Valiant Challenger actually picked up from Akuma to actually get vision through the buildings in case of anyone being able to be in near proximity for him, whether they're getting attacked or whether he's just looking for them in general to keep his eyes on. But they're going to have vision of where he is at exactly any point once those pings update onto the map. He has that gold pole sword, has a spear. The purple dagger, of course, you know to love it. Know to love to see the Fang and slash Akuma have that. Wang Liang going to see his chance and just keeping the rotation, but Fang is actually going to just try to keep close to the buildings. He's anticipating this moonbane, and there it is. Now, Fang is actually in a kind of strategic position. He's got Valiant Challenger, but he might be sticking close to his moonbane as much as he can because he knows that these guys can't chase him. So, in essence, he can also use it to hunt these guys down if he's looking towards it. But look at that. He has so much space that if anyone wants to try to consolidate towards a fight towards with him, that they'll make sure and he'll make sure in making them realize the mistake of that if that moonbane, with RNG strikes come down for him to take full advantage of. And as it comes through, XXY losing a little bit of armor here, actually loses a majority of his armor. It looks like T25 rushing him to his health bar, finds an armor heal, goes for that armor powder, goes close into the zone, but that's an area where you can actually get hit by Moonbane. So XXY is really careful, gets caught in the Scare Rush, but holds blue and mitigating the stagger coming out here. And of course, with XXY looking for the Scare Rush, he's going to be moving his set over to this corner. XXY looking to, oh my goodness, and avoid the Moonbane. He's at 700 HP though. He's going to get caught into range shots. Everyone's looking for the Shayol into the distance. He's going to rush right into this heart of this Moonbane and try to keep his movement going in here. He got grief one time, but he's going to be taking the time to heal into the corner. But Fang is not going to be able to see him if he's just at the very edge of the zone. But XXY looks to rotate. Perfectly executed. The escape was impeccable. The dagger, the pole sword, and having to rush into the Moonbane where no one wants to take the time of actually rushing into it as well. XX though at not even 500 HP, probably like 400 HP here, gets caught to the cannon and doesn't get burned because T25 though finds the windowsill to actually shoot it through here. He 5 eliminations for T25. What a game. 5 eliminations into a round that he didn't think he was actually going to go fourth, but it could be anyone's game. He's rocking it, man. Smart King is working his magic, and he has Tuna. This man's cool. This man is cool as can be. Cool as a cucumber. I'm really hoping T25 finds a 17-point game, because if he finds 10 kills into this lobby, which is kind of like, it's kind of iffy, but he has a cannon. He's looking to utilize it as much as he can. Get it? No, I'll stop. Wang Liang will find this cannon shot off this. Okay, Wang Liang's done. CDY finds the elimination. Immediately, all the range shots come out to one direction, and these cannons, they can actually hit each other if you shoot them at one at another, but they didn't collide. They all just blew up in Wang Liang's face, so he does go down. Now CDY actually beats out the position though with that Elixir elimination with 3 eliminations. It looks pretty good here. He could get his 1.1 multiplier if he gets 4th place, so he'll get 3.3 points. For the placement though, he's gonna really want to keep the farm up if he's gonna be careful. He's a Tarka, right? Tarkas in the final circle can only do so much against people with invulnerability to taking damage, such as with the Shayols and with the F1s from a Tessa, such as with Akuma. Akums with a combo breaker ultimate that actually comes out to V2 and catches a lot of burn time for the rage to be wasted. And CDY has to keep mindful of his resources as well. I mean, earlier we saw him with a lot. He had a lot to actually go for him into that scenario. But XXY Scare rushes over to this end. He tries to close gap a position between his opponents. CDY finds his cannons, hits it, gets a flame onto XXY, who's going to lose a little bit of chunk of HP. Going to get hit by another cannon shot. A lot of Solos players running the cannon. A lot of Solos players. F2 comes out here. He actually, almost gets caught to the R&B blue focus. That would have been XXY's demise. Is that an ultimate cast coming out from Panaman? No. He didn't ult. But it looks like XXY is going to be focused out as much as he has ultimate. V2 comes through. The cannon shots are what's going to confirm, and it's not going to cause any staggers. T25 does not get the elimination. CDY finds it. XXY pan, upsetty spaghetti. I would understand, but now it's top 4. 2 minutes. Who can cannon the fastest and who can repair the longest? The fastest as well. Like, CDY has himself to get losing out armor because of pistol shots from Akame. Akame looking for it. Another cannon shot. And I think CDY are going to be going right into the building, but this is a dangerous spot because right now CT25 is the only person here, I think, who has a cannon alongside with Fang and Akame's pistol. So, he's going to be locked into this corner. Here it is. Holds the blue focus at 1,000 HP. He needs to take time to heal here. No one's rushing to that building. I mean, I wouldn't want to rush there as well because if, you get caught in the Tarka Infinite, but every one of these players have a combo breaker. But we'll have to see. A big brain play would be an enchant to be placed from Fang from the zone, forcing CDY to actually not be able to do anything. You can see him in the high ground position. Oh, there it is. Scourge comes out. The burn coming in from the cannon. Akame is still going to be rocking this ground level. I mean, Akame can do it as well. Akame actually has an easier time of doing this. But there it is. Going to the sky, actually leaves the building. Close guarded position. This is going to be whether or not Tarka can really prevail into the end circle with the amount of CC control coming out between all 3 of these characters. There's going to be a chance for the martial artist hook will form that comes out from TT25, but he's going to have himself into an ultimate cast. Maybe he should have waited out until he got caught into the enchant or when it runs out. He's going to be going ahead and preempted this. Finds his chance here. Dodges it, looks for the heal coming out from the V2. Hopefully it kills someone in time, but he's not going to have enough time to get back into the zone. He's going to die out here from everything from this point. CDY looks try to go for position here. He's trying to get for the cannon for the burn, but it looks like Fang with 4 eliminations in first place grabs MVP for this round. Very closely done. He takes off his glasses. He's like, oh, man, it is cold. Oh, man, this water is cold. And he's going to get himself into the MVP most likely. Maybe. Hopefully. Yeah. He's going to get it. Fang's going to get it. We're going to take a look at the scores real quick, and we'll be right back and pulling that up. All right, we're back with the scores. Getting our scores coming out here. OAG Mike got eliminated, like, early on. Like, double elimination. Kind of unfortunate. And it could happen to anyone coming out here. He played Shio for the first time, though. So if he's looking to double pick her, it would happen in seeing about rounds 5 and 6. But AS also gets 0, and Shang gets 0. Shang actually was the 10th person into that Celestial fight to actually be eliminated early on. So he had Realm Yang depletion, couldn't get anything out of it. Jay Shi, though, XG, Wang Liang, Spider, these guys were at the leaderboard with 1.6, 2.2, 2.7. A 2.7 game for Exen as well. 4.1 game for Akame, though. 4.6 game for XXY. 7.6 for CDY. 8 points for TT25. And Fang with a 10-point game. A really nice game coming out from these guys. Of course, TT25, he didn't get the second place position. But, he would have been really good in terms of catching that through with those extra eliminations. And, of course, catching up his scores overall. Now to the standings. We're going to look at the bottom of the 18 first. Jue Shi first day for playing, 5.7, 6.7 for Akame, Jishang with 7.4. Catch-up game is going to be very necessary for the third round, for the 5th round and 6th round, and if not, into day 3. And with them, actually trying to climb up there, AS still hasn't picked up any points so far into round 4 for his second day of playing. Unfortunate. We do have Fang and Exen, though, casually catching up with those points with 23.1, 20.3, and TT25 with 17.9 for their first day of playing. And then, obviously, right now with XXY, he's climbing it up. He's at 24.2, but this is his second day of gaming. He's only got 2 other rounds to make this count to keep the top 6 bracket. And, of course, with Wang Liang getting a 14.4 game for his second game, he is keeping the mindset in there, but he got eliminated with not a lot of points to kind of earn to this game. So I'm kind of hoping to see him progress and cross the barrier for a total of around 50 points, if anything. Wishful thinking. But, of course, with Spider and with CDY and Pan and Mike, those guys are still cooking in terms of their value. So with that being said, let's bring it up over to the 5th round. We'll be right back and transitioning for that. All right, and we're back for the 5th round. We're going to see the round selection actually this time, and it looks like it's going to be a double Shio pick. And if Fang chooses Shio, that's going to be a solidified ban coming out here. Let's take a look and see. Yeah, Shiloh's going to be banned because of said choice. With AS rocking the Justina here. Now into the round 2 selection. Takeda coming out from T225, a signature pick. Very much so. Shang chooses Tesla here for the nighttime map, as well as with Akame, and it looks like Tesla isn't going to be banned. A double Takeda, double Akos? Double Akos? Locked it in. Yes, sir. And Juishi is probably going to lock in Akos as it comes through. Yes, it's going to happen. No other bans have been attested to. T225 with that Takeda pick is going to be a fun time. Exon, though, finds his Tesla pick. Tumult almost saw that. Wang Liang, though, don't do it. Oh, my God, he did it. He's a mad lad. Wang Liang's a mad lad. Yo, is he using V3? I'm not. He's not going to use V3. But this is interesting to see. 2 Justine is going to be in here. A multitude of just Teslas, as well as with the Zai off pick that came out, like how AS had chose Various Shen in the last round. So let's take a look and see these guys. These guys are just all, tired out. But hey, it's about to be, this is the second day this weekend. They're going to scrim anyways, but at least not in the tourney stage. We're going to see Wei Liang running the F1 V2 as standard. But I'm pretty sure everyone else is running the same builds as per usual. V2 for XXY is Justina with the F2, as well as with AS, and T225 running the F3 V1 standard, and then the F2 V2s for the Shiols, and the Tesla's running the F1 V1. Okay, nice. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, these guys got a handle on it. All right, let's take a look see what the 5th round though does bring though, because spawns right here for these players. I mean, Shiol is always going to be the more solid because she can't fight Zapings. Zapings are just too difficult to go up against, and it's really strange, but I'm pretty sure all the players are in one line. Like, they're all here in one shot for those Fireflies. Noble Cave, Shipwreck, north of Shipwreck with the Cliffside. That's what JJH's teammate's going to be looking to try to go for with XXY, getting that spawn. JDG's Zhisheng is actually in the forest, so we should see whether or not he's going to go out there. Sunwing's Rest is actually untouched. It might be up to, could be, where players are going to be ending up going if Noble Cave is too risky considering the drops. But we will see into this round for round 5. Spider off the rip. Just hammering into T225, and T225 finds a weapon. Purple rarity, right? So Spider can't do anything about this. At 3, the pushback. Horizontal to catch it. Early elimination. CDY finds a purple armor. This is just RNG, guys. Wang Liang, though, finds himself for F2. The F1 comes out, and I think Ultimate is ready for both of these guys. They pick up the immediate Fireflies in the vicinity. AS doesn't find any soul blooms, but Wang Liang does find the armor swap to a blue rarity very quickly. Very nice. And he's going to be just making sure and spacing this out. He doesn't have a combo breaker, so if anything comes out from the Shiol, he won't be able to get out of it. But Wang Liang is going to drop a weapon on there. Juishi, though, over to against Mike. It looks like over by Servant's Grounds. They're going to make their way towards CDY as well. Mike going to be getting these musket shots or confirming these headshots. To jump LMBs, might be looking to try to stagger out Juishi's stagger. There's the RMB coming out with the F1 to negate it from Mike as a combo breaker. Mike looks to try to repair his armor, and as it comes out, Juishi dips out of dodge, and there's one musket shot. He has no repair chest. Mike is going to look for a chance, finds a bow. Oh, yeah. He's good. He's quick. He's going to find his chance for that fan RMB to come out here for that shot for the bow once the distance comes out from Juishi to where it's a bad position for him to close gap into, but, he can make it through. Juishi still getting chased by CDY. Doesn't get caught into the RMB from the fan. It looks like Juishi actually going to get himself caught into this creek. And, of course, the fan does not catch him, or rather the Hong Sword doesn't catch Juishi, but it does catch CDY, and there's going to be a chance for Mike to actually get the elimination here. The F1 comes out for the V1. Mike finds his chance to try to lock this in quickly as can be. The disenchant comes out. Mike gets his elimination. There it is. RMB release comes out. Mike finds a soul bloom immediately. And it looks like CDY is going to want to commit to this fight. There's a Scare Rush. The V2 comes out from CDY. This is Shiol. And there's going to be the RMBs. F2 ability to be hoping for it if Mike lands on the ground. But Mike is going to keep this high ground as much as he can. He's going to just distance out AS, DRG's Fang. These guys are just walking into this. Wang Liang is showing up to the Artisan's Grove. Like, everyone is showing up to try to contest this fight. The V2 comes out here. CDY gets his chance here. Scare Rush comes out, does not confirm a hit, but XXY forces his stone form, takes an RB to the face, and a V1 to deny the kill. Looks like XXY is still going to get killed off here by Wang Liang. Picks up the Soul Bloom, picks up the elimination. Going to get 1-2'd, and the F1 comes out here for Wang Liang. Gets caught into the RB Blue focus here, who uses his ultimate focus to actually get the negation of damage coming out because of the ultimate, well, it's not negation of damage. It's more so about him mitigating it with the ultimate damage mitigation. CDY finds his pistol shots, misses his angle by a foot. But Fang double shot with a musket, back-to-back, straight shot. Wang Liang is down? No. He still has a life. Okay, he's running around. I thought it was his double res, but it's going to be 18k gold in Fang's pocket. Purple halberds, 12 armor powders. This man has endgame loot just off the rat. I want to see his jades because he's going to have to buy jades soon, right? But here's the thing. In the later ends of Season 12, once the NBPL updates to Season 12, we should see this gold economy for solos be more inclusive. What I mean by that, and I'll explain that in a second. Fang going to find himself the V2. Going to see a chance for the denying the F2 coming out from CDY. Finds a teleport, immediately grapple bump into the R&B blue focus. And that's going to be a chance for CDY to see a forced chance of backing off here, and he's not going to have the chance to do so. Fang finds the elimination. JDG Shang finds the bow shots. It looks like Fang finds himself in a weird predicament. He only got 1 block left. I'm not sure if he found any fireflies. I'm pretty sure everything has been eaten up, and there's going to be the V2. Going to iframe dodge. Shang looks to try to hold his R&B, but the F2 comes out. Pistol. Oh, my God. He's getting the musket shots like that. Man is quick with it. He's going to be going ahead, and hopefully Jishang doesn't get himself in a bad position because TT25 is rushing into this area. Jishang loses his armor because he swaps it out, goes for the purple rarity. Maybe not the right time for it, but Jishang signs TT25. F3 pushes back Jishang. Jishang has ultimate ready in case of anything. Gets a grapple bump. Ooh, just goes go for the infinite jump LMB to the jump LMB. You're going to see the Cicada ult come out here if TT25 feels the necessary reason to do so. We're going to see the jump LMB to chase coming out here. The Cicada Furin, but then there's going to be Akko. Maybe he should have waited. There's going to be a chance to dodge the Akko again, and there's going to be a Furin for free. Oh boy, Jishang actually putting the works out here, and there's going to be a chance for TT25 to only have 1 more Furin to get this kill confirmed, and there it is. Quick kills off this end. TT25 finds his second elimination. Now, what I was mentioning earlier with the gold economy, like how Fang had it. So the new system in Season 12 is where there's going to be a lot more worthwhile items into the shop, such as with armor, as well as the keys to sashes to find and be able to pick up gold armor, gold weapons. It looks like to be the case. Spider, though, finds his chance with fighting TT25. Both of these guys have no armor. They're going to be a quick whim away, but Spider has ultimate F2, uppercut, swap into the staff. That's going to be it. Jump LB, confirm the kill. Spider with the first elimination to this round. And with the gold economy being in solos now more prevalent in terms of just being able to use or get a chance of picking up your armor to be upgraded as well as fighting the stash. There's also the spirit well settings of being able to see that in conjunction. Now, I don't know. I'm pretty sure if players want to run the spirit well, it's just going over it. But we'll see. R&B comes out here. Exen finds himself the lethal jab. Scare rush to the sky. Exen actually looks towards and finding Mike back into this ring of things. And the V1 is out from Mike here. Forbidden Seal, parry, clean. Disenchants. Gets enough time for a neutral chance. Oh my goodness. Into an uppercut. Does not confirm the uppercut due to the terrain, but it gets a lethal jab. Maybe have a chance for the V1 here. Exen is walking into this Forbidden Seal, catches nothing, and with everything, Mike is going to look for try to heal here into the corner. Bow shot to the bow shot, kills out Mike. Is that a hard elimination? That it is against Mike for round 5. Mike had only 2 eliminations this round. This is his, that was technically nearly his last hurrah. He has round 6 to make up for it, but, Exen, he was cooking next to the Forbidden Seal. I mean, he was right there at the edge. Both of those guys were next to the edge. He got the parry. He just disenchanted. And he picked up the neutral off of Mike, but he didn't go for, he tried to confirm a jump LMB with the Katana Hong Sword, where you're actually able to just extend it for another jump LMB. It would have been a kill confirm, actually, at that point, but he still caught the kill. So he didn't drop it. Roman Yang spotting in here. Spider, Wang Yang. Looks like CDY is going to be coming up in here as well with Fang, and here we go. Everyone makes it, question mark? I'm not too sure. Spider is in there first with CDY as his opponent. CDY playing out the play out here against the Shayo, but here's the thing. Spider does not have ultimate. Actually, Spider just used ultimate again. That's crazy. Spider actually finds himself for bow shots to the bow shots. Finds CDY, gets, I don't think one of those guys, I don't think anything hit for range, but Spider finds a scare rush, holds the R&B, confirms it, goes for the R&B again. F2 to deny each one. Lethal jab might come out here. Uppercut into a staff swap. There it is. R&B doesn't confirm for staggers because Spider was smart with holding. He was smart by holding his position on the ground there. It actually works in his favor. Everyone kind of expects to catch neutral with LMB because it's so quick, but if you don't do anything, right, they can't do anything about that. Because R&B doesn't catch you like that. Now Spider has to fight against Fate here with his Shiol ultimate. Around 15 seconds left until it's over, so he's going to be building up as much time for the ultimate to be done, using the scale rush, using the dagger specifically for quick scale rushes. Quickly as can be, delays his scale rush and tries to wait it out. There's going to be a chance for him to use F2 back up in 1 second for him once they both hit the ground. Spider doesn't get that parry. Catches the F2. Looks for the scale rush, 15 seconds. Baits it out. Pistol shot comes out here. Grapple bump. CDY knows he's dead. Yeah. So Spider did a good chance there of avoiding every single one of those attacks. I was looking at CDY's reaction. So Spider used every single chance of scare rushing and delaying and doing everything that a player wouldn't want to do. In normal sense, right? The best action is doing nothing sometimes. It's risky, but it can work in your favor because everyone's kind of expecting you to be fast action, like whoosh, 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 like 15 MS, tight gameplay, and just, being quick with it. But, not to the case. If you delay everything that you're doing, your opponent might not even realize that's happening. Also, do I have this on auto? Heck no, bro. 1080p. All the way. Wang Liang, though, finds Fang. Fang finds Wang Liang, I should say. Wang Liang actually hasn't been able to do much as a Zai. I'm not going to say anything, but that musket shot, that felt disgusting from Fang, but it was a confirmation headshot, so we'll leave that to be. Musket shots coming out here. Exen finds his chance in finding out what is up with the Akos, but who does finds the disenchant, I should say, and Exen finds the roll and looking to try to catch any sort of chance against Exen to try Shing for anything out. The V2 forces the F1 Foxfire to be eaten up, and Exen gets caught into these pounces, trying to buy as much time for blue focuses, and has another ultimate, but he won't have a chance. R&B comes out here from the fan, and that's going to be a quick ultimate from Exen for 200 heal. Finds enough chance to dip out. He has Vermilion Bird Smite as well, so he's kind of good. He's been good the whole time. Every one of the players who won the Romiang got Vermilion Bird Smite. And horizontal for Spider locks out Chishang from this game. Unfortunate. And while Spider picks up 3 eliminations here, he's got a gold fan. I just realized that I didn't mention that into the first Romiang. Spider in the fan is now probably one of the more dangerous tools. After we saw into J Cup with the fan infinites, a lot of players are trying to find the best optimal way of doing so. And it looks like Spider is going to be looking for that opportunity here when the time comes with the F2, but he's got to work to burn a combo breaker from the enemy ultimates or a skill. And now Spider actually has his skill to his name. Uses for the V2, delays it. Very smart for him to do so. Finds a Soul Bloom to actually pick up here if he needs to, but I think he wants to save it for the Romiang second time around. It's going to be within the zone, so it's not going to be, as hidden as the shadow collapses, but in the meantime, TT25 uses his ultimate. He has only had 2 Fury Blasts left. Guaranteed freeze. I like how TT25 did not use an immediate Fury because he was trying to anticipate what AS is going to do here. Delays his chance and goes for the staff R&B. Into a musket shot, confirms an R&B again, and I'm not seeing AS with any sort of chance of living out here. If TT25 continues his push, the F3 comes out, and he gets immunity frames for stagger against AS there. Very nice, because Akame now finds a kill off of Jue Shi into the earnings of this lobby. First kill for Akame into this game. Inside of Celestra, we are back in. Fang actually looked to try to go inside his building. CDY gets caught into the neutral. The F2 comes out here for CDY to actually confirm. CDY finds his chance here, holds a blue focus, gets a release on this, and they're going to hold another blue focus and forcing the V2 coming out here from Fang, who finds I parry and eliminates CDY. Panaman no kills into this lobby. Fang finds 5 eliminations and actually being the kill leader into this game. Spider with 4 eliminations. Fang has to catch up this game for today, but he gets, dog, this is his first day playing. This is day 1. Wang Liang, though, not doing so hot for his game, for his day 2, for week 1. He's at 34.5. Fang is catching up, and if he's going to be the gatekeeper, for instance, his opponent's going to have to really try to catch up in that case scenario. Exen, though, into the Romiang as a replay for the first Romiang. This is going to be Exen versus AS. Exen finds the F1. Justina ultimately comes out here. Gets caught into the freeze. Stanchion, very bold move from AS here. Has a chance to actually get himself an R&B, but decides to go for a stanchion move, which is a very risky timing considering the opponent. or rather, considering everything coming out here. AS still finds his chance for a secondary freeze if he's looking for it. He's looking for the denial. There's a parry. Vajra's Grip confirms, and there's going to be a chance for the cancel ultimate to get himself into a parry, a non-combo setup position that Exen was looking for. While AS gets another parry, the second Vajra's Grip is confirmed. Exen really turning this around. Slide of infinite coming out from the Hong sword. RMB doesn't confirm this kill. Jump LMB will go through into a lethal jab. Just going to go for poke damage if you can. F2 comes out. Goes for the RMB, confirms it. Exen now into this current Realm Yang for round 5. The second Realm Yang, I should say. He's up against Spider. He's got dual halberds with gold rarity from his first win. He hasn't picked it up just yet, but he could be switching this out for a pistol. Goes to the sky immediately, as all players have been trying to do for the quick range damage. Range shot. Exen is actually playing the floating game of doing overarch, like a slinky. Oh my goodness, a horizontal coming out from Spider, who preemptively uses his F2 and dodges it because he knows the F1 is going to come out regardless. And Exen actually looks to try to bait that out, and it's going to be an ACCA Cup. Him into it. Can he catch it? Can he go for it? Can he allow for this to come through? He's allowing it to go through with the R&B. Spider. 5 eliminations. No, he's kind of upsetting. He's got a Soul Bloom, though, outside the Rummy Yang. Very nicely done from Exen from Team Bauda. Fang is looking to look towards T225 into this Rummy Yang. Scare Rush is to be held. Oh, he releases the blue focus. And T225 is going to be here waiting for it again. He's going to be going towards it and chasing his opponent. Oh my goodness. Double parry from Fang. Uppercut. Into the LMB, RMB to the cancel, RMB to the RMB. Crouch LMBs might be coming out here. No, he avoids the F3. He knew it was going to happen. The V2 is not going to be caught out from Fang. He's not going to get caught out here. And that's going to be a teleport. It's going to force a second block here again. And there's going to be another teleport coming out from just in a second. But he's baiting this out for T225 to burn his energy. And there it is. Fang. Sigh of relief there. You saw that my man did exhale, finds himself a gold great sword. He's going to pick up White Tiger's prowess. We'll see. Into the Rummy Yang depletion, though. Spider is rushing towards it. Get into his Soul Bloom, if it's still there. It is still there. It looks like Take 2225 did not find... Well, he's still been spawning in right now. But Spider's still in the game, guys. He's still got 4 eliminations. Fang with 6 eliminations. He's catching up. But the point I was going to make, the gatekeepers. Right now, AS... is probably not going to be able to make it for tomorrow. For finals due to his low scoring coming out for these rounds. So it's kind of difficult to make it up, but he's going to have to catch like a 17 point kill game. Like if he gets a 17 point kill game, he matches up, or 17 point game, he's matching up with Wang Liang. But comparing it to other players, right? It's like a needle in a haystack. You're putting your bets against all on the table there. Now Fang actually finds Spider here. Mystic Might is in Fang's pocket, but the White Tiger's prowess is in Exen's pocket, and we're going to see how this kind of revolves these guys' fights. Finds the fruit for the Salox, gets a defense buff. He's going to try to lock this through. We're going to see Exen actually look for the uppercut, the denial from Spider with the ultimate. He does not want that to happen again. Fang finds his Scare Rush to force Spider to walk out of his people, out of his tortoise shell, if you will, because, Black Tortoise. But Spider actually going to look for his chance here to grapple. Musket shots. These guys are using range damage as fast as they can. And with it, we're going to see whether or not Spider looks to try to get this position, because this tower, man, Spider loves towers. Spider loves buildings like this. Between here and Council Courtyard to even to the Holoroth, like the regions with all those towers, like it just makes Spider rotate. He just wants to make sure he lose track, but catch somebody if he can. And with that, he actually loses the opponents. They're still going to find him. Fang is still keeping attached to him. Like he's sticking to him like glue. Pretty much allowing for that chase to be made. Scare Rush has come out here. Spider looks to Scare Rush again. If anything, he can kind of hope for it. Exen actually going to be coming through and staying on the outskirts and waiting for any sort of players to walk out of that tower is a good tactic. Of course, with Fang being in here, Scare Rushing out, Spider going to be looking to try to force himself into this into the spot of just attacks coming in to be at a ley line. 5 players total, but only 4 here. Spider goes to the sky. Looks for his chance here. Goes to the zone. Even though he's eating a little bit of zone damage, he's going to try to take some time to just wait this out and get some armor heal. He's waiting to land. There it is. 2 armor heals. Can he get it done? It's 5.6 seconds. Yeah, go for it. And actually finds time to try to get a heal here in the distance for his vitality so they don't hear it. And it keeps it rolling off of this end and keeping a clockwise rotation off of the zone. Apologies. And, just trying to keep his edge on the zone while the weakness escalation is building up. He's going to get his last full heal here. And now he's going to be locking himself into the race of catching right behind. Fang finds him. Finds the uppercut. That's it, right? That's it, right? No, misses it out because he couldn't really see clearly into that zone. That zone circle is really what griefed him there. TT25 now going to be coming out to the back line and sticking to these guys into the fight. Spider couldn't get that. That's unfortunate. Really is. The weakness escalation is still building up, though. He's trying to de-escalate it as he comes out here back into the zone. TT25 going to chase out Fang. You can see that slide uppercut was confirmed into the pulse sword swap. You can see Exen actually going to be coming out here for a third party against Fang. If it comes out here, there it is. Grapple bump to counter grapple. And, of course, Fang has his dagger, his fan, I should say, into denying it. A grapple actually denies him from moving any longer, but the haystack gives him enough chance to burst, speed, push away from his opponents. Advanced steal is in his pocket this whole time, so... TT5 finds a chase, scare rushes into a horizontal position, a 90-degree lateral position. It looks like Fang is actually going to be looking to try to use his F2 to push back Exen forcing the F1. Exen finds the V1, and that's a 30-meter enchant. While Fang is putting himself, he needs to get a high ground position after this stage, and there it is. Gets his heal back. Goes ahead and chooses to eat this up. I think, honestly, had his advanced heal, if he put into his armor, he would have not have felt anything coming out from TT25, but TT25 dipped out anyway, so it works out in his favor. While Fang is looking to try to get to these buildings as fast as possible, his supply is 2-7, healing berry to armor powder ratio. It looks like Fang might be looking to try to think about whether or not the the push is necessary here anymore, but this is the second to last Moonbane. Fang going to be going ahead and trying to decide upon going through there. Maybe he should. Yes, he's thinking about it. F2 to actually push back these opponents. Finds no parry opportunity. The Rampage comes out here. That's a purple focus after the secondary animation. And with it, TT25 switches the fights to Exen. Exen finds the enchant, misses it, throws it straight towards his feet because he thought that was going to be a chase coming out here. The black, though, goes down. No one's going to get griefed. Thankfully. Scare Rush coming out here from TT25 out the window. So we're going to see Exen actually get caught out here with the LMBs to the LMBs to the 1-2-3. The F3 comes out to confirm the jump LMB. No, Furin's Desolation comes out from TT25. A quick acted move. And TT25 has 2 Furin Blasts ready to go in case Fang wants to push his through. Cancels it. Gets his rage per second back. Yeah, TT25 is, he's hoping, Scare Rush comes out here. Fang gets parry off of TT25, confirms the extension to those RMBs. F3 comes out, and with the F2 as well. TT25 stuck in the building. A bow shot coming in here from what seems to be Akame, and there's going to be uppercut and the jump LMB of the V1 comes out to confirm. Akame picks up the elimination from just the enchant activating itself alone, and Fang misses out onto it. Gold stuff is in that box and it remains, and 3 players are still alive. Spider's still hanging out here for placement. Fang has 6 eliminations and making a killer first day for his rounds, while Spider is actually trying to rush in here and seeing, hey, what's going on? Fang's like just hanging around, but with Fang actually looking for those bow shots, he's gonna be holding this building as much as he can, right? This is where the zone really starts to hurt. In around 30 seconds, we're going to have the second more Moonbane charm to actually drop here from the game itself. Known player, just from the game. There's no player reason for that. Spider actually has himself, though, for that gold katana, switching it out from the Honk sword? Question mark? He doesn't have money for it, but, maybe he switched it to the katana on purpose. We'll have to see. But over to the Zest Winery. Okay, this is even worse than Celestra, because there are scale rushable spots, and then you try to scale rush from one to the other to the vertices, and then all of a sudden you caught in the Moonbane of the Venn diagram because there's so many building obstructions that are here, like the stairwell that Fang just passed there. This actually might be more grief than a Celestra for escaping from fights. But there's not a lot of players here. There's only 3 left. They're gonna play for placement here as much as they can until the end. Valiant Challenger from DRG Akuma again. He did this last round. He's going to do it again for this obstruction for the fights. And of course, if Fang comes out here for it, we should be able to see, his choice in the matter because of it. Now, of course, while Fang gets himself into a scare rush spots, he is going to have that purple armor to be on reserve when the time comes where he needs to use it to reset. Spider, I don't know if he saw that, but he is outside of the palace walls. I'm going to call it palace walls. Out of the walls in the corners of the Zest Winery. Now, Fang has, 3 armors, I think. No, he swapped out his armor to drop over there, so that way he has more of a reset position for his second armor. But he does have that Valiant Challenger. So everyone can push him if they want to, but they can't, because if they get pushed into the Romiang, or if they get pushed into the Moonbane, that's where it's going to be a difficult chance for them to actually want to see to it. You know what I'm saying? But Akame actually finds his he finds his chance here. I mean, these players are gonna be working this out. Akame, this is his first day game. 10.8 points. I'd say the threshold for Gatekeeper by day 3 is going to be, I'm gonna say it's going to be 24. Because day 2 play coming out here from AS is 17.5, but I'm pretty sure players will look towards and grabbing more points due to BBE, for instance, catching 11 points, and then he could have a 13 kill point game with Frostvis. Actually, I think Frostvis will catch the top 12. Cross my fingers. With a 13.9 game, and I don't know. TE's Jux is gonna have 15.7, so I would say maybe 27, 20 to 31 is what we're gonna see for the average here for day 2 or day 3 by the end of it to be the Gatekeeper. And so it's a really tough output for the guys who are playing right now for day 2, who haven't been able to catch as much of a break as they're kind of hoping for. Like AS, he's only earned 1 point so far into round 5 today. This is his 11th round total. So this is gonna be next round is his last to make or break. Like I said, he can get a 17-point game, 17-point game. That's 10 kills first place, but that's just based off the skill of the player. You could say the game is like, oh, everyone's even grounds, but then some players can do one thing that trips you up and then you're done, which is the case. I mean, Fan Infinite, right? You get content Fan Infinite because neutrality comes out from Shayo that you wouldn't necessarily be expecting to come out as soon as your ability is up to go through, but it's too late. She catches you, you're done. But I'm also curious to see if the new Hottie changes will make any sort of changes towards the meta. And the reason I say that is because it's Hottie. They're probably gonna use V1 V2 again. Because they're going to be but they're going to be doing some value changes for his ultimates, and they're combining V1, V2. So, essentially removing V1. Oh, man. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Akame, though, finds himself to scare rush Fang into this building. Spider just hiding, being on the chimney stack, just waiting this out. And as Akame actually looks for his chance here, looks to try to worry about the Soul Slash. That's why he switched it to a Katana. Denying any sort of entry from anyone who's trying to get that high ground or force pressure for Spider. The biggest thing is that Spider could actually look to try, if anyone had a cannon here, they would deny Spider's rooftop access. Because that's why Spider's keeping the Soul Slashes going, because if they shoot any range shots, right? Look at this. Like, Akame getting high ground, pistol shot, go for the bow shots. Soul Slash comes out. Fang finds his opportunity of actually ambushing Akame, but Akame's going to be backing off here clean. Scare rushable position right here for Fang to actually utilize. You can see it. I can see the vision. Advanced heal to rush into the fight. Yep. Look at that armor. Yo, they actually have that. Wow. That's actually kind of sick. That's actually really sick for production to have that armor thing to be like revealed to us, for showing us that, yeah, he's got an armor here. And they're like, hey, yo, switch to my screen. And they're like, yeah, I got you. That's actually really good, because we know Fang actually has that coming through here. But he can't really get much out of this valley. There's a minute and a half. Zone's about to collapse in 30 seconds. Oh, it's a dangerous game here for Fang right now, because he's inside this building. He's burning all his resources with the armor powders. Honestly, like, if he finds the time to get to this building to pick up that armor, I mean, is it going to be worth it with the scale escalation from, weakness and everything? Because he won't have anything actually to work with post losing 500 HP via HP. And when someone rushes him into the zone, if he doesn't pick up the armor, because they're going to be like making sure that he's like, taken care of and everything. I don't know. These guys are really smart in working out their magic of catching players off of their guard. And I think Fang is actually is going to be a subject to that. And then here we go. Starting us off, everyone's outside into the zone. The building is no longer safe. And as it comes out here, Fang looks to try to reset for the armor heal. He's going to have it. But I think if Fang is actually going to be looking for this horizontal with the pulse or for the stone form, there's the Octa Slash Blade being revealed from Akame, and Akame is going to be able to push back Fang's attack. There's going to be a V1 enchant for 2 targets into this point. Fang looking to try to heal up and try to go for the disenchant if he can. He does get it, with the V2 going to be activated here. For Spider, he's going to be caught out here for the V2 to try to go for a teleport. Maybe. I don't know. Both of these tiles are now in shield block form. They're going to knock back Akame. He's going to get extended upon to the sky. Akame really couldn't have any sort of different opposition besides 2 Shayos. And this is going to be a Soul Bloom pickup that might not even help out until Spider does and gets it and picks up his 5th elimination into that lobby. Those double V2s are actually kind of detrimental to Akame, man. I can feel that. Is that a white dot in center? I'm not gonna mind that. But it really does a number in terms of that, man. For Fang, I think he actually might have picked up elimination MVP. Yes, he did. He picked up a lot of kills into that game. So with that being said, let's take a look at the scene about the scores, shall we? So yeah, looking at the scores, I think I paused it. No, I didn't. Chishang finds a 0.5 game. Jui Shi finds a 0.5 game. CDY finds a 1 point game. XXY as well as Wang Liang for the 1 points. We are gonna see 1.6 for AS. 2 points for Mike after the early game kills and getting killed off early. Akame finds a 4.1, 4.6 for Exen, T225 with a 6.7, 10 for Spider, and 11.8 for Fang. That's gonna really juxtapose the spots of this lobby because this is Juichi's first day. He only has 6.2 points, so he's the bottom of the 18 right now, and he has one more round, and then he has day 3 to work with. So does Chishang, who is at 7.9 and 17th place. Akame with 10.8 for his first day. Comparing to the averages, we'll see how it turns out for those day 1 peeps. So only have day 1 play off of, and to see how they perform in day 3. Middle of the 6 is gonna have not Jux, AS only earning 1.6 today, y'all. It's pain. It really is. It really is a pain to see that. But, you know, we still have the other finals weeks to work with between weeks 2, 3, and 4. So hopefully to see that kind of, you know, allow for his progress to be more consistent off the end. 24.6 for TT25 and 24.9 for Bauda. And we're going to have XXY with a 9.4 day today. He's still kind of cooking with this lobby. If he can, he could get his last round to make it works out and catch into the top 12. But EWG, Zarano hasn't performed today yet. But day 2 for Wang Liang, 15.4. He's about to reach up to where he was for his first day. Nearly. But look at DRG's Akuma, man. Man, 1 day performance, 34.9. That's kind of crazy. That's actually kind of, you know, bewildering. But you could actually look at Mike. He got 50.3. So 20.9 today. This is what, like I said, I love to see this grouping. Like this B to C, this is really good in terms of the grouping and the opponents. And, you know, Spider's in second place as well. Or Wolves and CDY is in second place, but Spider's climbing. CDY has been having a rough day today for majority of these matches. So hopefully we can see into round 3 or round 6, not round 3. Round 6 for part 2 and seeing about where these guys stand up. And we'll be right back for that, right? Now we're back. And we're back for game 6, returning for this round. The final round for day 2 solos. And the last round for a lot of the players that are participating today, 6 of them to be exact, who are doing their day 2 shenanigans in terms of performance for their first week. And trying to make it to the finals. Now, this is the last round, so a lot of the heroes have already been chosen, so maybe some off-point picks be made. Because he's Takeda coming out from Spider, he hasn't played it yet, but he has been holding on to that Shiol, and he's been doing some work with it with those 2 rounds that he's been able to perform with her. So, excuse me, let me just go ahead and preface that these hero picks, this round pick, is going to be kind of substantial for these players, man. I'm kind of hoping to see what kind of brings them up. Like, you know, their choice picks is going to be dependent on, you know, what they feel is most comfortable with. But let's take a look at the scene about it. Akame, Juichi, Jisheng, TT25. This is the first time they're going to be able to pick their first chance. Or the second time they can choose the character they want to choose that they can still. That's still available for them without, you know, earning into the hero points territory. Let's take a look at the scene about this. And hoping, wow, that was long. I don't know if the timer is actually still going up. All Shiel except for Akame playing the Yakos pick. So Shiel is banned outright. No problems about it. And of course, now that ban is happening, he's hearing into the broadcast. He's like, all right, well, are you going to play anyone else? He's like, no. 1 second real quick. All right, so we're back. Second round picks now coming out here between Exen and XXY, as well as with Mike and Wang Liang. You're going to see Takedas are now making their frontal full salt. And look, I know I mentioned this before. I know someone was hiding Ziping Ying before once. I'm seeing Mike hovering a lot over a lot of characters. XXY, though, is doing the same thing. I'm curious to see Justina for Exen and XXY. It's a double pick, so she's not banned still for the last round, and Mike is actually choosing that Tessa round, and Wang Liang the Takeda. Now it's up to Spider. We're going to see an Akko's automatic lock-in for CDY here. Wang Liang is just like, yeah, I got this. No worry, homie. He's like, he's trying to think about the glyph page, maybe, I don't know. Whatever's happening back there is happening over there. But Spider, AS, Fang, lock it in. It's going to be another Cicada for AS and Justina for Fang and a Spider locking in Ziping Ying. Is that it? He said, that's it. Choose him. Choose her. And it's going to be her. It's going to be Ziping Ying. And he's rocking Ziping Ying into the final round. He didn't use her twice into the Holoroth map, which is a really good chance for him to sustain out the fights. Now, Cicadas, they're a little bit dangerous. Boy, I want to make mention is that Cicadas can't get a free stagger. If he's going to be running the F2, he did run F2 V2 once into Holoroth, but he didn't double pick Ziping Ying. So if he is going to be rocking the F2 V2, this could deny Cicadas from being able to get him into uppercut position if he's running it. This is actually a really smart chance for him to actually get that opportunity of doing so. I know Shishang is looking to try to earnestly earn his right into this round. He earned it last year for the J Cup in terms of his position of his play style and being able to pop through. So this is the same case scenario. I'm hoping these guys are going to do some dirty deeds of killing out their opponents with no problem with these. You can see the masculine mortality. Spider's coach is like, all right, man, you go crazy, bro. You go crazy. But more importantly, locking through here, players are going to be making sure that this last round is going to be met up to go through. V2 for Exen. I'm going to pause. Okay. Everything seems to be normal here, but Spider's actually not running V2. He's running the F2 as he can. I think this meta is revolving a lot around players trying to get for neutral. Now, in the case of Ziping Ying versus Shail's, right? Shail can't commit towards getting an infinite setup with the hits. She has to succeed the successful combo for the double hit, which forces them to not want to do what they wanted to do in the first place. Because a lot of just if a Shail goes up against anyone besides Ziping, right, they would catch him after their combo breakers used, after their ultimate's not been cast, things of the nature to actually catch someone into an infinite and delete them. Now, for F2 Ziping Ying, she can't get neutral to uppercut. Rather, the initial hit doesn't do enough damage to reduce the inspiration shield from the F2 to zip nada. It will force the damage to come out, yes, but at least Spider then will be getting not only 400 damage, but instead 1200 damage that comes out if that player decides to go for a full send. Fang playing Justina, though, for the first time, and I'm excited to see how that one ends up. And of course, Wang Liang playing Takeda for the first time here as well. Akame playing his Akos game for the first time, with AS playing his Takeda game for the first time. Let's take a look and see about the spawns, because I want to see what's going to happen here from the start. Of course, Firefly spawns into the shipwreck. Into Wind Whale Gorge, I can actually see T225 looking for the Fireflies there as well as the loot if he can be immediate upon reaching there. But a lot of these players playing the same thing as round 4 went. So Crow's Nest, though, this is more convoluted than what I'm kind of expecting, because round 4 had a lot of 3 spawns into Crow's Nest, but now there's 5. And that doesn't knock out with FPX's team to actually drop into for Zhui Shi. He's actually nearby in the Celestial. But round 6 begins. Let's take a look and see him. Mike finds a gold trophy off the rib. No armor. I think he has a purple weapon. He has a blue dagger. But he's actually going to try to keep on looting as fast as he can. He paces. This is his second round Tessa pick, of course. Mike going to be going ahead and doing so. I see a purple weapon on top of the rooftop. Let's see if JDT Shishang looks up there. He is not going to be able to look at it. He is focused in. He is looking straight towards his target selection. With Mike actually finding Shishang, he's actually trying to find that purple weapon. And there it is. He's going to find purple dual blades. And being able to have a common armor now, he's going to be able to fight out Shishang. Shishang having a common weapon selection. Here it is. Musket shot to the musket shot. With that hits, that's going to be a purple musket shot. That's going to delete Shishang's armor health. And then with it, Scare Rush comes out here. F2, forcing the F1 from the Tessa. And with Shishang actually putting out the pressure, XXY looking to try to focus selection, someone who he can really just pin it on. And he's going to go over to Shishang and then get himself lost into the sauce. There's going to be a 4-minute CO. Take that in consideration. There it is. He does it. He knows this opponent coming out from the Firefly location, so he knows he's looking to try to utilize his ultimate as a way of engaging and confirm a kill into the engagement source as it is, because there are Fireflies southeast of the Celestial region that came through from Zhui Shi. That's where he spawned in for the first place. Now, Servant's Grounds has CDY and Fang locking in here and towards the southern tip for the first level of it. CDY looks to try to go ahead for some loot, but Fang is looking to try to engage here, trying to get some high ground, get some supplies. Nicely done, and goes for the cannon to go for the reversal. Hit CDY for the first cannon shots. Excuse me. Doesn't hit for the second one. And of course, Zhui Shi actually looking to try to go ahead and scare rushing out of here from Zhishang, who is chasing him. Zhui Shi having to heal here. Zhishang finds a Soulbloom. So who got the elimination? AS actually got an elimination. I wonder from who, though. Spider, though, flushes out Wang Liang, as well as with TT25 engaging here. This purple armor heal is going to be magnanimous for Spider. And he has a Hong Sword, too. RMB's coming out here. Tries to find his chance here of just locking through for the V2 teleport. If it does happen, he should not be in mid here because he can get a free blue focus off from the enemy. Wang Liang, though, finds his T225 opponent. There it is. V2 going to come out here, and you're going to see Spider looking to try to engage upon T225 from the backline in case he tries to burn out his blocks. There it is. The last block to be enabled. Message shots coming in for the backline. The F2 going to disable any sort of one of that pushback to neutral state. V2 comes out. Takeda comes out, gets parried. Spider tries, gets the avoidance of the parry that T225 was trying to put onto him, but it doesn't work into his favor. And with T225 looking for a scare rush, hitting those RMBs, we're going to see Akame actually look to see towards this V1. Siping Ying. Spider goes to the sky, but he avoids the scare rush because he knew his opponent's going to go through it. That was a nice bait out because Spider now is in the on top of this situation. He gets it to high ground. Akame is knocked out with a pistol shot. First elimination for TT25, by the way. But it looks like Spider and Wang Liang are going to be in the fight. That F3 pushes back Spider, but he gets a slide uppercut, confirms it with the slide uppercut again. But this is going to be a little bit of terrain grief with that with the bush there, but also to the cliff side. RMB comes out here, doesn't get connected for the blue focuses, but does so with the purples, and as again, one hit initial. He's got a little bit of the inspiration shield, and I think Spider's looking to try to find that armor if he can, but rather TT25 finds his chance to actually invade upon V, and the Wang Liang goes down. TT25 second elimination to this round. Spider going to be his next target here. RMB going to coming out. Of course, LMB comes out for the RMB. The F2 actually initial hit goes out for the hit for the pistol shot. Number one, scare rush to the sky if he can. And then scare rush number two, Spider goes ahead and dishes out the escape with the Hong sword. And of course, he's looking for the lethal jab. The bait is out into an RMB blue focus. Now RMB blue focus comes out again. The vertical, of course. And with TT25 looking towards the horizontals here, there's going to be RMB swing coming downwards spiral. TT25, third elimination, man. 3 kills inside of the Shipwreck Expanse area between then and the Wind Whale Gorge. From the beginning of fighting on Wang Liang, I mean, it's been pretty good to see his performance into the beginning, like actually popping off. He has the highest kill eliminations to the lobby. XXY, as well as with CDY, as well as AS, they're the only ones with eliminations into this round so far. They went ahead and repositioned OUG Mike over to the Celestial region. He did get eliminated early on. But, I mean, pretty much, he should kind of be okay to, you know, make his way through the buildings. I think Mike has his chance of actually looking towards and seeing about Fang through this wall. Gets a scare rush opportunity. F2 initiated from Fang, who doesn't have to have ultimate. The RMB does not connect there, and Mike looks for the chases. Excuse me, I think Fang, though, has his chance actually scare rushing out here. I'm not sure what XXY is actually going to be looking towards for that chance, but I think if anything comes out here, CDY looks to try to force himself in a position where he can, you know, forcefully activate, you know, the opponent's ultimate. If they're looking to try to do it. XXY has V2 as a Justina. CDY does have ultimate as well. Looks towards it. Obviously, right now, we're going to have a little bit of trouble here because Jishang is actually going to be the person that actually forced the activation for the F2 coming out from CDY. Hey, wait a second. He did that same stunt last round, or yesterday for day 1 for round 6. So if he gets a kill steal again with F2, that's going to be major. He's not revolving around using the F1, though. It looks like mitigation is not his key. He is just looking for some neutrality attacks, just being able to set that up because, you know, Shail does the same thing, right? Basically being in gold focus and whatnot. But only after a couple of seconds. Now V2 comes out from XXY. He activates it. He's looking to try to confirm an RMB with the pole sword, as he should. We've seen this in day 1 as well from what happened in the last fights, actually, from that point. XXY going to have a full heal here for the armor. He's going to be looking this in to try to lock in his freeze, or maybe even to catch one or the other. JDG Shishang finds himself in a position where he could get frozen here. RMB swing is not going to kill. Oh, I lied. But the F2 comes out here from Shishang. The solo pickup from the CDY is actually massive. And, of course, CDY actually get himself into this point of being able to have his ultimate in case things get a little bit sourpuss. There it is. Pounce is going to come out here. The V2 gets avoided, and XXY goes for an overhead parry. And he has himself with a third party coming back into this ring. Who is that? Yo, Shishang rushing back here for a third party against a Akos in preemptive ult. Here's a chance for Shishang to see about it, but CDY has a purple weapon. Shishang really rushed in here without really putting his thought process into this play because he is immediately eliminated into that salty res position. That's unfortunate. However, he should have thought about how offensive that this Akos was going to be, and thinking ahead about this Akos could set me up for destruction. He's going to be CC immune when he's jumping around. Not CC immune, but he's going to be stagger immune when he's jumping around. He can activate F2 to catch me in neutral. You know, things of that nature, but he doesn't. He rushes in there, tries to loot up his own body, and then gets caught out even with 15 seconds on the Akos ult that CDY took advantage of, and picks up his second elimination as a result. Romy Yang has started now, though. DRG Sakuma and Kayla C225, or aka Fang for DRG, but it looks like Mike is up against Akame. To the sky, these guys will go. Pistol shot is ready. I'm not sure where the armory is going to come out here. The 1-2s. Mike looks for his pistol shot again. I think Mike is going to look for a scare rushable. He's going to try to force an ultimate from Akko. So F1 comes out from Akame. Pistol shot to deny the pushback. And, of course, Mike looks for his chance here to try to catch the RMBs. The RMB gets parried from Akame. Forces ultimate. Mike gets his chance for the enchant. Misses it. Big chances here to catch it. Neutral off that scare rush into a longsword infinite. Let's take a look and see what Akame is going to be looking at planning on doing. V2 anticipated from Mike. And the V1 is confirmed after he tried to go right back into it. And an RMB comes out. No parry opportunity for Akame. Mike gets his elimination here. Fang, though, on the other hand, he's up against T225. We're going to see a V2 teleporter come out here. And Fang going to get caught out here for the dashes and doesn't miss, or does get missed on. And with T25, he doesn't miss with the pole sword jump LMBs. Yeah, he's cooking. He's cooking. 5 eliminations for T25. He finds a longsword inside of the Romy Yang as his winning side. This is going to be really strong for him. TBH. He's going to have a heck of a time. He catches someone in a neutral with the uppercuts, and then he's good to go. But you know, more or less, we should see an opportunity here for Akame if he does have a soul bloom on the sideline. I'm not sure if he does, but Joishi actually gonna be right close behind. He's probably gonna hunt him down. Blue armor is both of these guys, and Akame is actually, I don't know if he heard it, because if he did, then it's kind of set up to be instilled. But we should see a chance here for Joishi to actually get himself into looting up. He's going to have a chance here to see the Spider, though, up against Mike here. You know everyone loves to see it in the crowd, but, of course, there's going to be the horizontal here. Spider actually looking for his chance here and getting out of this position, but this gold greatsword is going to delete his whole health bar. F2 comes out, holds a horizontal, but that bait out coming out from the enchant is actually going to give Mike the upper advantage because Spider falling down there was not what he's anticipating and having. 100% ultimate, though, forces the sedate soul proc. We're going to see his F2 actually not come out in time. The jump LMB span comes out for the delay. There it is. LMB forces the F1 from Mike. Mike has a chance here. We're going to see it, and that's the purple armor, but I'm not sure if it's fresh. Uppercut comes out here, and there's going to be a chance for the last ultimate from Mike here. There's going to be a chance for the F2, and then with it, we're going to see no neutral attack coming out from Mike, but he gets parried, and that's going to be it. Mike gets a hit off of that parry, gets hitted off that parry, and Spider finds his opportunity there to win that fight. It was a close arms race, and you know, it works in his favor. T25, though, finds Akame and actually catches the RMB, the cold sword, but due to the activation of the V2 pounce, T225 actually has that mitigation to work against. XXY is sold a kill someone from the backline. Looks for the Soul Bloom. DRG Fang is actually going to be rocking this in the close proximity. No RMB connection here. The V2 gets denied. Fang tries to go for a Clink again and try to force out, but looks for the Clink again. He's forcing the Clinks. The F2 is now activated after the Shield, but the Scare Rush off of the opposite end. XXY looking to T25. T225 can't do anything about this point because the pressure coming in from XXY is too great to handle, and there's going to be a chance for XXY to worry about the backline, and here he has V2. He's going to be looking to try to confirm this freeze, and that's a double kill, I believe, from Fang, who picks it up. He gets 2 kills off of hitting someone in the neutral state and finishing off his opponent. Massive. Too good to be true, man. And Joishi finds Spider here. Joishi actually going to be looking to try to find out what the case is scenario. Actually, you know what? Let me double check that. I want to see if he got 2 kills. He did get 2 kills. And he rid his Roman Yang depletion too, yeah? Great. Some good stuff. Well, Spider is in the Zest Winery. He's chasing out Joishi, who is at a low health position. Joishi finds his chance here with the V2. Scare Rush comes out midair, but he's midair bait. If he gets shot out with the pistol, that's like the easiest way to killing him right now. But we're going to look at the Scare Rush game because Spider has a phenomenal chance of showcasing how you can escape. But it all depends on where the positions of the enemies are. Of course, Joishi finds his Forbidden Steel. Not much of an issue. He doesn't have ultimate anyways. But for his targets, it might be a little bit more of that case scenario, such as with the Teslas. Now, Mike looking to try to chase this out. I think this guy might be looking for a heal right here. There it is. Joishi finds his chance, but I think a flank coming in from Mike is actually off the corner to the Scare Rush. Misses his chance for a long-range Scare Rush, but he goes for a second attempt. F2 to negate the V1 and the F1, and the V1 gets casted from Mike, and Joichi is not in that direction. Scare Rush is delayed for the blue focus and forces the parry bait for Mike to actually burn time for his time to actually get himself out of Dodge's way. And then Joichi just doing this game movement over and over and over again. He's going to be looking to try to heal up his armor, but he's looking to try to find a way to try to avoid T225, who now has found him inside of the Zest Winery. Of course, we're going to see Joichi get inside of the building. He's going to be looking to try to worry about T225's position, but the F2 comes out here. T225 goes for the hits in the midair. He's done it once before, but he's looking to try to go for the thrice time, you know? Oh my goodness, a double jump onto the Zero actually gives the Scare Rush position. Joichi has the F2. Remember, cooldown reduction if he dodges, and there it is. He's going to only have 10-second cooldown, but T25 looks to chase this out. Armor heals are confirmed. RMB is also confirmed. Tries to go for a scare rush neutral attack, and T25 actually going to have no chance, but he's going to do a successful combo. Forces the cannon shot. Joichi looks for this heal. Horizontal grapple bump into an R&B blue focus, and this might be an infinite. Oh my god! Wait, Joichi is doing that same tick that he did to Mike into a round 4. Wait a second, hold on a second. Joichi actually gets caught out here. Fang gets the elimination. I gotta watch that back. So this is something I've seen him do here. R&B to the uppercut, grapple bump into uppercut, swaps out the weapon to allow for 3 jump LMBs with the long sword. That's actually really smart for just confirming this coast instead of going for just the blue focus. But T225 finds 1 armor heal. Fang is right behind. Akuma is hunting. Remember, Akuma has V2. He's going back to the bodies. And T225, I'm not sure if that soul bloom is his. We're going to have to see if he's going to actually be able to pick that up before the Romyang, which are spawning right now. Now, keep in mind, this is the second Romyang, and there's only 2 slots in for each room. And a lot of players are here, and in the moment that no one makes it through here, you can see the F2 preemptives from Spider in case any F1 Akuses push anyone back away. It's actually a case scenario that happens. But Mike gets himself into his position against CDY. He has F2. Remember that. CDY does have F2, so we're going to have to see how you kind of want to operate this. Musket shot's coming out here. He's going to take a little pelt shot from Mike from the pistol. Scare rush position. Greatsword is going to be a heavy strike if he gets a hit off of CDY. CDY gets smacked. There it is. A negative 750 HP. Uppercut isn't confirmed due to the F1 ability. We're going to see Mike looking for a scare rush. Gets a neutrality, but it looks like it's not going to be confirmed with everything coming out from CDY. Gets an uppercut. Free blue focus. Going to back away here. No, he's going for the confirmation hit, and he's actually going to be double downing onto what seems to be an ultimate cast against Mike. Mike finds his chance. He's thinking about it. Does he have time? No. The pounces come out. CDY finds the elimination. Mike is, But CDY finds a gold weapon here as a result. He's also going to get WTP, the White Tiger's Prowess. The WCP buff is going to be really massive here. T225, though, finds himself into this position. The jump LMB is confirmed from Fang, and he eliminates T225 out of the round. Completely eliminated. Big upset. Mike, though, has himself against Spider. And then with that, we're actually going to see... this is going to be an R&B. He gets a parry. Wow, Mike was not anticipating that. Was that a kill steal from CDY from the roar again? Not a chance. CDY did that 2 times in a row for day 1 and day 2. Ain't no way, dog. And a horizontal with a blistering edge is forcing Spider to actually get pushed back here. This is a horrendous position that Spider does not want to find himself in. The fee wants to date Soul is force proc. The F2 comes out here, so no neutrals, but he's going to find time to escape here. F2 from CDY is held in midair to hit confirm because he was looking for it because this with inspiration shield to avoid it. RMB gets released. It's a connection. Scare rushes inside here is what Spider's going to be looking for, and there it is. Scare to the sky. CDY has F2 in just a second here. If he looks for a clean shot, he's going to have a great time of catching Spider here. There it is. LB, uppercut. It looks for the F2 for the inspiration shield. He has F2 himself. Looking to try to find out where Spider's going to be initializing this heal over. There it is. Not going to have a chance, though. Gonna avoid it, trying to look for a heal. That's what Spider's up for. He's gonna have heal over time, though, due to the White Tiger's Prowess. F2 off the middle air, but that's not gonna be enough space for him to shift back into an R&B blue focus. But I am gonna see CDY actually look towards his parry. Not gonna happen. The double held blue focus coming out from Spider. Avoids the V2 with the window-silled escape route. AES is scare rushing to the sky. He's trying to invade, and so is Fang off of this end with that gold longsword and having the V2. He hasn't activated yet. Spider's WTP buff is gonna be working to his advantage with that heal over time, of course. CDY now in a bad spot. 5 eliminations though this lobby. It's a really good game for him so far for the multipliers, but 4 players still alive into this round, and we're going to be having this to end out here in just a, I don't know, it's not going to happen in just a moment, but there is going to be a chance here for someone to try to catch him if they're not fast enough. Fang activating Tuna over there in the distance. We're going to see him try to go ahead and close gap towards AS, who does have blue armor and is the only soul Takeda into this lobby. Now, as it comes out, Takeda could have a little bit of a fun chance here, but the only problem is that his characters that he's going up against... Oh, wait a second. Hold on a second. Fang gonna find that stagger and then commits to an R&B span coming out. CDY forces his F2. It's a 20-second cooldown skill, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to double check that by base cooldown standards. But yeah, Fang is gonna be good to go. CDY is still looking for trying to time out for the escape. And of course, he has a gold katana in his pocket, so he has that to his advantage to try to look for a weapon for a slight uppercut if he's looking to try to neutral win the game. But of course, we will still see the escape. Scare Rush from Spider to try to go to the building. You're going to see his bait out, but it looks like CDY going into the opposite direction towards his enemies because the WTP buff, aka the White Tiger's Prowess buff, it definitely is going to be a fear factor. You know, it really is. It honestly can commit to being one of the biggest, like, you know, psychologically, psychological warfare type buffs. You know, where you see someone rushing you down, but you don't know where they are. Like Mystic Might is like silent but deadly. Like they don't know the Mystic Might unless they hear it. But if they see you before the herd ping comes out from like the the sound of the roar, then it's like, or the rumble, it would be like it's like a mystery box. Now CDY gets himself into the sky. Spider finds himself in a really bad spot here. He had to force the V1 ultimate. He does not have F2 up again. Just right now though, Fang finds those RMBs with those pole sword swings and goes for the horizontals as a result. Scare Rush comes out here. Spider goes for the meter dump, and I think if the Scare Rush comes out here, his opponents are actually going to be chasing them out. Excuse me, but I think Fang might be in a bad spot here, or Spider, I should say. Gold Duel, however, is going to be forcing to chase out here. I think Spider actually has a chance of just dipping out. And, of course, Spider gets caught into the R&B. Uppercut for he has to actually be at the deficit of this. He looks for the F3. He has ultimate still active. He can take the time to heal here, but Spider going up the stairwell. And as a result, it looks like Fang is going to go for the rotation and finds a common armor to swap off of. And Spider actually looking to try to close gap and try to flank it. There it is. He finds the right opportunity here. There's the F3. It's going to be available for AS, but AS can't do anything about this. He's in a bad position here. He has a Fury Blast. He's using it not preemptively, which is good. It's a good habit for him not to do so because he's waiting to confirm someone to try to force this out. And remember, each Takeda push, each activation for Takeda is 40% instead of 25. So Spider has himself, though, caught into the corner with Fang. We're going to see AS try to go for some heals. He still has a common armor. The F2 roar coming out here from CDY. As a result, Spider going to get himself to the high position. He has F2 back up again. He's going to activate it. And as a result, we might see him go to 70% for his rage and then activate it to make sure he gets some heal back. But this is a dangerous spot, man. Obviously, CDY looks to Scare Rush immediately down the stairwell and finds himself in chasing out the Zipping Ying in the lobby. But everyone consolidated into this fight, into this area like it's a bloodbath match. And the Moonbane is spawning in here. Not a good chance for Spider. He gets out of there. This is not the last Moonbane. We still got one more. And with Fang actually finding the gold armor, finding extra HP, AS finds the purple armor that was just swapped preemptively from Kuma. But one thing that allows for this pole sword action is a parry, and a confirmation here for the R&B is not met, but for Fang, he is still locking this through. He is waiting for this ultimate to be casted. Little did they know is that he's at 60%, or rather 89% for this ultimate cast. So with everything coming out from AS, he's building up the time to escape here. Gets a time for one armor powder here into the building, but I don't think he was actually able to grab it off. I can't confirm it. He does find a common armor, though, in the middle of the chaos that was happening. That was a really quick armor swap, too, by the way. Like, AS found that armor and, like, immediately presses 3. And as AS tries to make his way back to the armor, we're going to see Fang actually lock him in here. The common armor noticed. And now it's going to be a chance for the R&Bs coming out for the be delayed for the pole sword. Stone form is crucial here, but the blistering edge is even better. If AS can get the blistering edge, he can force the burn off of Fang. There it is. Reducing the heal. Bait it out. Holds it again. Goes for a Storm Form. Every single one of those Storm Stride procs are actually going to grief AS. And as a result, he could get eliminated with a freeze into an R&B, but he does have 3 Fury still available. CDY finds his cannon shots, and this is going to be a health position that the weakness escalation is going to deny AS for. Level 3 swing connected. He has no range resistance. He's taking 400 cannon damage every time. CDY goes for the F2 to try to confirm the kill. Horizontal hold check. He's going to come out here. Spider with the kill elimination, though. Kill steal off the sentry. Picks up the Soul Bloom. Has himself at 100% ultimate. He's going to have his chance here to actually get force procced here. He's going to see about the hold check. Fang getting his tuna chalk. He's going to go for a meter dump. And there's going to be ultimate coming out here from CDY, who gets avoiding the point. The Mortal Defiance proc comes out. Spider gets caught out from Fang almost to the kill. Fang finds the 4th elimination. Soul Bloom is picked up. He's got ultimate. He's ready to fight. He's got it going on in there. There's a freeze, not going to be hit. It's going to be a dodge. The second one that was confirmed, he's looking for the neutral. The F2 comes out. Fang gets himself to cancel ult for the F2 to get priority for the combo breaker, and CDY is eating up damage, a lot of damage. Hold R&B coming out to the hold R&B. The Storm Strider is going to be the one that's going to kill out CDY. I'm calling it because everything that's coming out here forces Fang to get those jump LMBs for the final round. Drink that last swig of victory water. Battle Royale. Of course, he is going to have himself MVP this round, if I'm not mistaken, again. So he should be good to go. And yeah, he's cooking. Now let's take a look at the scores because I want to see how that's going. He's like, all right, I'm packing up, guys. See ya. But obviously, this is the last round. Let's take a look at the season overall standings with the scores from this round as well, preemptive. All right, scores are here. As we can see, Wang Liang going to be here with a 0-kill game or a 0-point game as well as Exen. It's not really what we're wanting to see from Wang Liang for the first week, but like I said, it's just the first week. You still got to look towards and seeing about what happens with the placement points for the other players for their day 2 or day 3 gameplay. But obviously right now, with the points coming out, these points in this grouping specifically between B and C, this is what we're going to be expecting, because you got some top tier players participating in this, like Wang Liang and Exen, who's former J team from the past, and even they're having struggle here. But to the same extent, we are seeing the top scores not be so bloated as it has been once before, right? Like, Fang has 10 points here, and it's probably his best game, I think, coming out from these lobbies so far. CDY, he actually he had another MVP from early on into round 4. But CDY, for instance, right, 9 points in second place, T25 with 8.2 in third, Spider with 6.7 in fourth. AS with a 4.1 game. This is his highest point game overall. He earned back what he can earn for the games that he has been performing today, because it hasn't been too hot for him so far. This game alone is a great, example of having, this is the average points you kind of want to try to attribute to before you hit into the finals. But XXY get 3.8, Mike with 2.2, Jisheng with 1.5 for Joishi and Akame each, respectively. Now, standings coming out here. This is Joishi's first day, 6.7 points, 8.9 for JDG Jisheng. I know Joishi is probably breaking out some nerves after this day, but he's going to accumulate back to it. Day 1 players between Ureshi, Paste, and Frostovis going to be transitioning over to day 3s for their second day of playing. Akame's first day here, 11.3. Take a look in the middle of the 6, because this is going to be where it matters for some of the day 2 players. XXY, 13.2 today so far, with 29 points overall. And I think with JL AS, this is 21.6. This value might be crossed over substantially. It could be crossed over substantially. I averaged around like 29 to 30 points or 27 to 30 points. That could be the gatekeeper slots for this round. For instance, though, AS is theoretically the gatekeeper for today, or for the amount of points of 21.6. Considering that even with Exen, right, there's no other games that AS can play here. He is quite possibly the gatekeeper for day 3 to actually pass through. Now, of course, Jux has tomorrow to work with for tomorrow's gameplay for day 3. And then Arano still has chance. He's pretty good. I think he's going to be good for the top 12. But top 6 is going to be this for those day 2 players who actually accumulated all of the highest points that they can. T225 first day, 32.8, top 6 automatically. And Wang Liang accumulated 34.5 for his day 2. Totaled out to 34.5 for 2 days of playing. Fang, though, this man's a menace. Second to Mike for the highest point game for week 1 for 44.9. He still got 33 to work for. Spider, though, this is his last day for playing for 58.7 to be on a nice point above all. CDY, though, Panaman having 62.2 for his day 2 playing as well, with Mike, who lives it out La Vida Loca so far, and the leaderboard as the first place, 73.4. So this is a really good chance for these guys to get their points values and see how they stack up. But that's going to be it for day 2 solos for Biweekly 1 Spring Split 2024. I appreciate you guys for actually taking the time here and watching. Like I said, leave a comment. If you want to subscribe, you can. I mean, I appreciate that as well, because I'll be just posting these out as soon as they kind of happen when I can get the recordings done. But also to the extent, if you guys want any suggestions, if you guys have any suggestions for me, if you're like, hey, man, I want to see... I want you to analyze the camera. I'm like, okay. Or I want you to talk during this sections. I want you to talk during the setup rounds. These guys are like tinkering around with their keyboards and stuff. Sure, no problem. Like, let's talk about Wang Liang. He's probably thinking, yo, man, it is cold as hell out here, man. Holy smokes! I'm glad they got these fly jackets. Like KLA's TT25 jacket. Yo, I want that. I want that jacket, big time. But without that, we'll end this out. I'll see you guys later on. And of course, take it easy. Stay wild. My name is Severio for the NBPL caster pool, as well as the caster in general. And I'll check you guys later.